A lot of people haven't been very excited for the new Prey movie, primarily because the marketing has been so bad and the plot sounds very underwhelming. It seems like a movie that they threw together quickly, wanting to highlight only diversity and inclusivity, thinking because of the name it would make bank. And now the lead actress has said in an interview that she views the franchise's signature aliens as side pieces because representation is the focus of the story in this film. I have a bunch of different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and to the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So this article says Prey star Amber Midthunder says she considered Predator a side piece of the movie because the representation is a hugely important part of this story. It says Prey star Amber Midthunder has revealed that during the production of the upcoming Predator sequel, she considered the appearance of and story surrounding the franchise's signature aliens to be a side piece to the film's goal of providing Native Americans with representation. The actress who leads the film as the Comanche warrior Naru recently during an interview spoke. So the actress who leads the film as a Comanche warrior Naru said during a recent interview with the Sci-Fi and Fantasy Gazette given in promotion of the Hulu's original rapidly approaching release date. Asked by writer Josh Wildling if it was important to you as well as a great sci-fi thing, the portrayal of the Comanche Nation was very authentic and delivered the sort of representation we don't always see, and the actress first recalled, "I never knew originally that this was a Predator film." Now, of course, this sounds ridiculous to think about, yet it sounds so Hollywood because it was probably something that they didn't even really highlight when people were signing up for the film, when they were trying to get the roles, maybe even after she got the role. They didn't even really highlight the fact that it was a Predator film because, of course, their focus with this movie was to highlight the Comanche Nation. And of course, I think that highlighting different groups, in this case it's Native Americans, I think that that is great. Of course, I am more than happy to see that in my entertainment. But this is a Predator film, and it should be highlighted. The Predators should be the stars of this film, yet it sounds like they're not. It says, "I only knew that it was a film about this young Comanche woman who wanted to be a hunter. To me, that was the movie, and later I found out that there was this big alien space monster too." This is the worst part of her admitting that she didn't know it was a Predator film, because she even goes on to really say that she doesn't know about the source material. It's like she didn't actually know what the Predator films were, even though she got a role in this film. It says, however, despite being the central connecting element between every film in the series, she said that The Predator was a side piece of the movie because the representation is definitely a hugely important part of the story. Predator has always had representation. In Predator 2, the main star was Danny Glover, a black man in 1990. Then Alien vs. Predator in 2004 had a female lead, and she was the only one to survive. The alien even acknowledges she won. Even look at the cast in 1. There was a Native American man, black men. Even though they weren't the main characters, they were still very important to the story. So did this actress forget these movies existed, or does she not even know they were made? This is the problem with modern day actors who want to be activists. They know nothing about the franchises they're part of. Women, Native Americans, and black individuals have been represented in this franchise, and to act like they haven't is such an insult to these amazing individuals. Around the world, First Nation people of North America aren't everywhere, and even in North America, it's a very small population. In media, getting to showcase period culture, when you make a period piece and show First Nation or Indigenous people and having that be accurate and also very human and grounded and relatable, has a huge impact on the community and people, in my opinion. That was hugely important. Now, of course, when you openly admit that representation is the focus of this story, it sounds kind of absurd because there's a lot of people watching this not just because of the representation, but because it's a Predator film, because they want to see the action. My main problem I've seen with this story is how the hell is this one girl going to defeat a Predator? As the description of the movie itself says, this is obviously an alien with a technologically advanced arsenal, and she's got a bow and a tomahawk. I just don't see any way that this can go well, because there's no way a legitimate fight scene in this film would work. She would be annihilated instantly. I don't want to see a movie like this where it's all about the main characters and, their backstories and all of the drama that might go on with their characters, and then you see all of this development, and then the last 5 minutes you actually see the Predator and it's a fight, and that's what it sounds like it's going to be. All of the shill reviews are going on about how the main character is so great and amazing and she's a strong woman, and nothing mentions action or thrilling moments, and when it's said by the main actress the aliens are side pieces, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that is where I tap out. She also says that it's not just a specific victory for Native American representation, but also for women. She goes on talking about how, this character is a warrior and not a cook, and the feeling of really believing in yourself or something and wanting to prove that to people, or having naysayers who make you believe in it more. She goes on about how also having moments where you doubt yourself. I think that's relatable no matter the challenges or who you are. And I think that on top of that, it's an incredible thing that 20th Century and Dan did to get behind a movie like this, where there is a strong female Indigenous character in an action movie where people can look at it, especially Native women and kids, and hopefully identify with it and say, wow, we have our own. She makes it sound like there are no women in entertainment. Yes, I will admit that there are not a lot of female Indigenous characters that we've seen in movies recently, but it's not like they don't exist either. I have absolutely zero problems with the fact that they decided to show off Native American culture in this movie. I think that that is great, and I think that that will add to this story, but this is also, at the end of the day, a Predator film, and I expect to see a lot of action with it. But of course, all of the promotional material, all of the advertisements, even the actress, are going on about how it's the story of a young woman overcoming her fears and basically just being herself. So I don't have a lot of hope in this film at this point. Of course, there are a lot of positive reviews by critics, but I kind of expected that. It's a story about a younger, stronger, independent woman, and of course, if the story is mainly just about her, and then of course you see in the last 5 minutes the actual stars, the Predators, then yeah, I could see why they are rating this so highly. As I'm uploading this video, it does release tomorrow. I will watch it so that I can give you all my thoughts and in-depth opinions on it, but I'm not really looking forward to it. It sounds really mediocre at this point in time. Maybe it'll be amazing and an absolute hit, but I'm very worried about it at this point in time when the actress is admitting the Predators are a side piece of the movie. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you found this important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.